What's up? Got a KIZER here. It's in this box. We're going to get it out of there. We're going to check it in so we can check it out, see what's going on. I've opened a few of these boxes in some videos recently. Comes with spare hardware. Nice. It's always, I mean, it's just cool. Got a pouch. There it is. It's not a big boy. It's actually a small knife. Yeah, let's get rid of all this stuff and then we'll kind of break it down. We'll see what's going on. These nice boxes. You don't need me to go through a box and paperwork and cleaning cloths and all that. You know what's in them boxes. If you don't, hey, send me a message. You know, if you're watching one of these and I don't mention something about the knife, feel free to ask me. The reason I say that is I just reviewed a knife recently and I didn't talk about the stonewash on the blade and, you know, some other features of that knife. The main features was the handle material, the action, some you know, the grip. And so I kind of smoothed over the blade material. But listen, if you're interested in any of that stuff, say something. So yeah, this is almost disappears in my hand. Not very big knife. I'm going to call that a small knife. Let's see what's up. Ooh, nice detent. So this is a KIZER YORKIE. It's got, I'm going to say it's black MICARTA. Sometimes it's confusing because is it green or is it black? But black MICARTA. The blade is M390 with a black coating on it. It's got a pretty decent pocket clip with some good spring. It's got steel liners in there with that micarta. That micarta is just fluffy. Super nice. So if I was going to get a Yorkie, man, this is the one I was going to get, especially if I could get it at a good price. And as you know, I did. Let's run this action. That detent is solid. I don't think I can fail it. Let's try it. Oh, hey. Ray Laconico on the spine of the knife. Yeah, I don't mind them advertising on the spine like that. It's got a little lock stick. I don't know if you can hear that. I mean, it's not enough to drive me crazy. It's not messing with the function of the knife at all. It's just making a little snap when it closes. Yeah, so I don't know if I'll freak out about that. Which, you know, one of the quickest ways to deal with that lock stick is to just take a pencil and run some graphite on the backside of that blade, and I don't know. So a lot of times it'll just relieve that, but this is small enough that I'll probably just run it, and my guess is it'll take care of itself. It's probably got something to do with that black coating. Who knows? Yeah, so, I mean, I think that detent's getting better, but it was stiff. Let me try to fail it. Yeah, there's no way to fail that. That's not happening, because you're either going to get past a detent ball or you're not. And if you do, it's opening. Yeah, really snappy. Nice. I like it. All right, let's get in it. Let's see what's going on in there. Definitely some Loctite. I'm finding that with all these KIZER knives. They're Loctiting their screws. It's a good thing. You don't want screws coming loose on a knife and find the thing rattling, shaking in your pocket. Because, of course, it never does it when you're at home and you're sharpening the knife. It's always when you're using the knife or you need it, you pull it out and you go, oh, I think it's going to fall apart. So, yeah, Loctite and screws saves me from having to do it. It's got a liner lock, black coated blade, steel nested liners in there. There's not enough mesh for me to force the issue and take these MICARTA liners off. I'm going to leave them be. I'm just going to clean up these exposed parts, lube these washers, and based on what I'm seeing in here, I'm going to improve this. It's going to get better. Look how dirty that is in there. I mean, dry as a bone on this side. So, yeah, let's just get to it. I don't need to talk my superiority over it. Yeah, it's dry. It's dirty. Stupid, man. I'm stupid. Ask anybody. Yeah, anybody that knows me. I've gotten better about avoiding conflict the older I get. And I guess that's part of it, is understanding how stupid I could be. It's really not about the situation or the next person. It's about me being dumb, getting involved in stupidity throughout my life, dumb things. But you get older, and if you survive it, I guess hopefully the goal would be to learn from it, wise up. We're clean. That didn't take long at all. Pretty simple knife. Let me clean that real quick, because that knife is going to pivot on this. So try to get as much of that crud off of there as I can without going crazy on it. Okay. I mean, I could say on the surface, this is definitely a tiny knife, a small knife. But I think I like it. I like it even more that, oh, look, it's got internal stop pins built into the blade. That's kind of cool. So it's catching this nested liner at the closed position and at the open position. So there's no like captured stop pins. It's actually that liner. So that's pretty neat. I suppose through time that could, in either position, this could, with hard running it, could get indented, I guess, and create space there, and that wouldn't be a good thing, because it probably would create lock rock in the open position and detent lash in a closed position. Maybe not though, because this detent ball, whew, it is crisp. There we go. All right. I always like to run these screws backwards a little bit. I mean, it's a stupid thing. Well, I don't think I've ever talked about it, but run them backwards a little bit so they can catch a thread properly. And by doing that, you avoid cross-threading the screws. Like if I just run that in right there, I could cross-thread that. But if I run back a few turns, I'll feel it click, and then I know that I'm in the proper position to go forward. I mean, it's not just knives, it's any screws, nuts, screws. Run them backwards till they click, and then you know that you're in alignment now with those threads and that nut or that screw. It's a small thing. I've never talked about it. I mean, some things you kind of don't mention because it's like, it's so common that, you know, of course you assume everybody knows. But I don't know, just now I thought, well, maybe everybody doesn't know. Hey, run that screw backwards a few times with some pressure. You'll feel it click, and when it clicks, then you know you're solid to go forward. Yeah, so that action's way improved. I mean, what a pocket rocket, man. I'm going to wipe that blade off real quick. I did put just a little bit, I didn't talk about it, but I put just the tiniest little bit of oil on the detent ball. And I do believe that that is going to help that detent. I mean, what authority that's coming out of there. I'm not sure that that could be improved on. That lock stick's not clicking anymore. It's still kind of there, slightly, but absolutely nothing to complain about. Do I got any blade rock? Absolutely not. That thing is solid as a rock. All right, let's talk about grip, because that action's money. Yeah, super nice. Small blade, so it doesn't have a lot of weight. The detent is very early. That's it right there. So way at the top. Yeah. Let's see it close at the bottom. Just snatches it. How about at the top? Yeah, just drug it out there and locked in. Very nice. Lockup is, I don't know, 20%. It's not the greatest, but I'm pretty sure that's solid. Yeah. No worries. All right, grip. So 3-finger knife. That 4th finger's coming off the edge of that for sure. But really locked in. This with the jimping on it is really nice. Does a great job of locking that hand in there. It's short enough that now this is dug into my palm. And so the ability of this knife to go backwards into my hand is so minimal that I'm going to say it's a confident to very confident grip. And what I mean by that is if I grip this and I was to poke with this knife and meet resistance, I'm confident to very confident that I would maintain this grip. That my hands would not slip, go over this and ride into that blade or lose control or lose my handle on this knife. I believe I could maintain this grip. So yeah, it's a pocket rocket with defense capabilities for sure. You could, I believe I could pull this out, place it in hand, and defend myself with it if I had to. Yeah. So can you choke up on it? It's got a little choil area that's useful, so you can go whatever that is. You know, you could do that. To do some detail work. I don't know, whatever's going on there. Let's check that pocket clip. The grip's great. The action's great. I mean, the black micarta is awesome. All right, pocket clip. Here we go. So it's not very deep carry, and it's because it's a milled titanium clip, but it snatched this really thick material and just went home. So, I mean, I love it. It's awesome. Is there a knife sticking out of the pocket? Yeah, if you're looking for something that's really going to go deep, any type of milled titanium's not going to be the ticket. How about the normal jean size material? Yeah, it's money. Just wonderful in there. Let me make note of this pocket clip. So it's mounted to the surface of the micarta. It's got 2 screws, so that's good. So as you're applying sideward pressure, there's 2 screws that are contributing to the security of that clip. But not a huge fan of mounting like that. But I don't know what you do when you've got a complete micarta handle. Like, you got to do something there. It's got to go in. So adding 2 screws is a complete win. Would it have been better to run the type of clip that goes around and up underneath? Probably. But here again, this isn't a beast of a knife. The amount of work that this thing's going to get, or the level of work that this is going to get. This is a small pocket knife. It's not, it's not made to, Like, you're not taking this to the job site and breaking it down. That's not the purpose of this. So, all in all, is a pocket clip cool? Yeah. How about safety? No blade contact. What about the tip? Nah, the tip's so far out. Never going to get it. So, safety passes. I'm going to pass that pocket clip, even though I'm not a huge fan. I am curious if it's recessed in there. I'm only at 15 minutes, so I'm short of my normal videos. I'm going to remove this clip. I'm just curious if they recessed that into the MICARTA or if it's just on the surface. I think it's on the surface. Yeah, it's just mounted to the surface. It's not reversible, but it does have 2 screws, and they're through that into the steel liner. So, it's the best of a bad situation, in my opinion. If you're going to use this type of clip and, this handle material, they could have nested it. They could have milled that out slightly. So it's not the best of a bad situation. If they'd have nested that, it would have been better. But here again, I think it's fine. Nitpicky. So I do like the black, the satin black on everything. The hardware, it's completely blacked out. Black micarta. I'm digging it. I like it. Price and availability. So the only place that I can find this version, blacked out M390 black micarta. This is a good news, bad news knife again. The only place I can find it is on Amazon. It is available on Amazon for about $120 and no coupon. So it's the $120. But it's next day. So depending on the market you live in, you could order this today, watching the video, and have this at your house tomorrow potentially. So that's the upside. The other upside is there are a ton of these Yorkies, different titanium, S35 VN, steel. There are so many versions of this knife. So you definitely can find them. I think you can find them around $100. I will tell you that this one, trying to find it, the only way that I found it was on Amazon. It's not on White Mountain Knives. It's out of stock on Mojave. The only place I found it was on Amazon. Look at that grind on that thin edge. Man, that is nice. I really like that. It's very even, very smooth. Let's see if it cuts. Yeah. I'm not going to go any further. Thing is sharp. So, Amazon next day, or you can go to Mojave, White Mountain Knives, several places, even the KIZER website, and you're going to find many versions of the little Yorkie. So this is one I looked at it for a long time and just never, but I got it on sale at a great price, so I had to get it. Yeah, pretty neat. I could tell you, this is definitely, because of the self-defense capabilities, like if I had to go here, this is very confident. This is going to go in my pocket. I've got a trip coming up, and I think this is the one I'm going to take with me. It's not, it's not a trip where I need, a big honking knife, but I'm going to take a pocket knife. Well, I think this one's going to be my trip knife. This is what's going to go in my shorts, and I'm comfy, and got my flip-flops on or whatever. Yeah, this one's going to go with me. Nice. I like it. Anyways, I appreciate you watching. Take care.